Hello everyone, welcome to the video. So I hope you're having an amazing day, and today we're gonna look at everything you need to know to max out an hero. So every aspect that Godforge brings to max out the heroes that you get so that you can beat Fafnir as easily as possible. So let's jump in. There's quite a few mechanics in Godforge to get the maximum out of any heroes. Some are well-known mechanics that are common to that type of games, and some are quite novel. So we're gonna start with leveling, ascending, and booking champion. Leveling, quite simple, get your champion to 60, which is the maximum level. Ascending, it's getting them to 6 star, quite simple, but be aware, the passive of every champion unlocks at 3 star. So you need at least the first 3 star to use their passive. Then you can book them with scrolls to maximize each champion abilities. So that's quite known mechanics that shouldn't surprise anybody. Next, we're gonna talk about gear set. Each champion can equip 6 pieces of gear, and those gear set, there's 22 currently in the game, gives bonus at 2 piece, 4 piece, and 6 piece. So, for example, the Kraken gear set at 2 piece equipped is gonna give 1% increase HP for maximum 15 stack each turn. So each turn you take, you get 1% more HP on the champion that has equipped a Kraken gear set. Then at 4 piece, it gives a bonus of 25% base HP, and at 6 piece, it reduces the incoming damage from attack by 15%. So it's not just the same 25% that is added up on 2, 4, and 6, but rather different effects for if you equip 2 piece, 4 piece, and 6 piece. And those pieces of gear, each one of them, can be attuned to the hero you're putting on them. So for example, if you're putting some plate gear on a defender, you can attune those pieces of gear, so lock them on that hero, and that will give, for example, for the defender, each piece of attuned gear will give a reduced 1% incoming damage from it. So basically, those 6 pieces of gear can give 6% reduced damage from it on a defender that has equipped 6 pieces of plate attuned on him. So, next, there's the weapons. Weapons are quite similar to gear, so you can equip one weapon on each hero, and you can attune that weapon to that hero. So the weapon bonus works the same as the gear bonus, so it gives you a bonus depending on the weapon that you put on that hero. And the attunement, same principle, is gonna give a bonus if you attune that weapon to that hero. So that's pretty much the same thing. Then we get the really exciting part, which is imprint. So what are imprint? Well, you can take a hero, rare and above, rare, epic, or legendary, and destroy him to get his imprint. His imprint is basically his passive, or a version of this passive, and you can put that passive into the weapon, and so once you put that weapon on any hero, he's gaining a second passive that is that imprint passive. So basically it means that, let's take Loki for example, who has one passive. You can then put a weapon with an imprint on Loki, and then Loki gains that second passive. And that is incredible customization, because you can take any champion of the game, get his passive, and then give it to the champion of your choice. So that's gonna be really, really amazing to create unique and amazing synergy, quite personalized to your playstyle. So you might get a brawler and give him more survivability, or you can get a slayer, give him even more power, or you can get a slayer but give him survivability to make him kind of a brawler. You can further boost some invokers. There's so many possibilities, and it's really your own customization. So you're choosing what fits best your hero with the other heroes that you gain. So you can say, well, that rare wasn't really interesting, but that passive really, really is amazing on that legendary hero. So you destroy that rare hero, you gain his passive, you imprint it on the weapon, and then you can put it on a legendary hero who suddenly gains that crazy good bonus on top of his already good kit. So, for example, we can take the Grail, which is a weapon that gives increased also of healing by 10%, so the champion gains 10% more healing from every source, and you can imprint Odin's passive. Well, it's a weaker version of his passive, but for example, Odin passive in an imprint is when damage is inflicted on an enemy by another enemy, so with confusion, for example, steals 5% of the damage enemy's turn meter, so you steal that turn meter, you gain 5%. So now the Grail has both the increase all source, the steal turn meter, and you can put that weapon with the new abilities of increase all source of healing and the damage on, for example, Lucky, who puts confusion and then is gaining that other passive on top of this already known passive, so it's crazy good. Next, we get the mastery system. Masteries won't be in alpha, but are quite a good system and are worth mentioning. So masteries are going to be gained by doing different stuff. So, for example, putting 10 stack of bleed on Fafnir might unlock a mastery, and those masteries are account wide. So you can put that masteries on any champion. So it's going to be a little bit of a treasure hunt of finding what to do to gain that or that masteries, and it's going to be a very cool community hunt of, okay, I got that new mastery by doing this, and then the word spread out, and the fact that you can gain a mastery and put it on any champion you want is really cool. So you don't have to farm the masteries for every one of your champion, but rather it's a treasure hunt of playing the game, getting masteries, and then you can apply them to any champion. We don't know how many masteries you can apply to each champion yet. It hasn't been disclosed, but it's really a cool feature. So next we're gonna talk about relics. Relics unfortunately won't be in the alpha. They're gonna be on launch, but not in the alpha, and they work a little bit like the masteries. So basically, you unlock them by doing something special. So let's say that you're on stage 3 of the Iker campaign, and on the second wave you have Brynhild and Ramses. Then once you beat that second wave, it's gonna unlock the Reliquary, which is basically a secret room with a little boss that you're gonna beat. And once that boss is beaten, it's gonna give you a relic, which is a weapon, but a rare form of weapon. So basically like the Grail or Excalibur, and then you can equip that weapon on any of your champion, and so it creates that fun and interesting treasure hunt. And let's say they release Poseidon as a fusion, they can say, well, we're gonna release at the same time the Poseidon relic that's gonna be his trident, and gives us some clues to where to find it. And then it's kind of that big community treasure hunt of, okay, let's find where Poseidon trident is, and then you can equip that trident on any of your champion with that bonus, imprint that weapon. So all the same stuff as regular weapon, but on a more rare drop weapon. Finally, we're gonna talk about awakening your heroes. So awakening is the dupe system of Godforge. Basically, you're using either a dupe copy of your hero or a token, and you increase his awakening from 1 to 5. There's 3 ability upgrade in awakening at level 1, 3, and 5, then a bonus in initiative at awakening 2, and a bonus in divinity at awakening 4. Those 2 bonuses are there to help you get as many ultimates as possible. And awakening a hero to level 5 really unlocks all his potential. So you want as many level 5 awakened hero as possible, because that means that you're using your heroes to their fullest potential. So hope this little video was useful to you to understand how to max out your hero, and if you like the content, don't forget to check out the website, like and subscribe, and see you next time.